basketball as an adult, and I think it's one of those things. Another one of those things where, as an older man, as an adult, like, I can figure out things more on a court now. You know what I mean? Like, I think I'm more willing to just try some shit too. You know what I mean? I was probably looking all crazy out there. I was trying to dream shake. I was doing the little offhanded little hook, trying to get the left up to the hoop. I was doing it all. I was trying my ass off. But I figure, shit, big man like me, I'm gonna hit a move like that on somebody one day, and they're gonna be like, dang it.
Woo! Somehow, I just never. I can never not make that nasty face and expression off of that.
Yeah, shit. I'm chaser. I have to have chaser.
Oh Lord, it's one of those things. Oh Lord. So basically, he needs to make both of these free throws because Kyrie's gonna come down here and get the three. Oh, he only had one.
Oh shit.
How do you? Oh, they went right to Kyrie. They know. They know what's about to happen. They know exactly what's about to happen. The game plan is we're putting three of them on Kyrie, and the other two guys you see that can kind of shoot, get to them too. Any other shot is good.
Right. I can't believe they're remaking Charles Bronson. God damn.
They're remaking everything. Have you seen like
they're rebooting Martin? Well, I mean, you listen to it. Rebooting Martin.
They're rebooting so many different fucking shows. It's not even. It's beyond. I'm just getting tired of it. I'm getting tired of like.
I mean, can't you come up with your own shit?
The standard.
Why you gotta take all the shit from my childhood?
I'm not even. I think it's just like the studios and the people who put the money up are only gonna go for shit that's known already. They're not even. They don't even. There's no creativity like that. Like there is creativity out here. We always like you know we still are fans of shit that comes out, but it's like it just seems like everybody's perfect. Everybody puts out. Like they're just, it's all safe. Everything's safe, and I'm just like, man, like that's not.
It's made to not lose money.
It's everything is made to make profit, and I just feel like the one thing I took out of that little Quincy Jones thing was just like, man, once you like I forget what they were talking about, and he was just like, once you let money in, you let the devil in the room, then the God walks out.
Yeah.
And that's what he was talking about just in reference to artistry and like once you start doing it for the bottom line, like there is no artistry anymore. Oh shit. Did he foul?
Did he foul him?
I thought he just I swear he just clearly like faded out. That didn't even look. I have to see the replay on that. But basically, yeah, when you let the devil in the room, God walks out. And I feel like that's literally what we've grown up off of is profitable entertainment.
Yeah.
It's not it's not even like everything's bad, it's just safe.
How many times has the highest grossing film of the year won the Oscar for Best Picture?
Like, you know what I'm saying?
It don't.
It just doesn't happen.
Titanic.
You know?
Titanic, probably the last one. It don't, though.
But it just doesn't happen. Like, people are afraid of art because art questions reality, because what art does is a reflection of what's happening in the world. So if we acknowledge every piece of art and you're like, damn, well, it's going to raise questions about what we do. And people don't want to do that. Well, they do, but change is slow because people want to be able to still have their cake and eat it too. I want to get the benefits of whatever I've gotten till now, and I want to, but I do want to change, and just let me get my shit together first, and then we can change. Like that's what it is.
Bag first.
So I feel like in a whole wrap up with it, it's like it's just like dog, like we're really like all the shit that comes out is predictable. Like you can watch, and it's still entertainment. Do not write me off as a hater. Like I still watch a lot of stuff. I still am into bullshit, but I know what it is though, and like how long can you? You know, like I feel like what it is like the old guard is still there, and then there's like vestiges of our generation who are still holding up those old guard ideals, along with the old guard still being here.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, we can just change expression. We
it's
might
like
not,
that first time you realize that when your dad calls, you don't have to answer the phone.
Yeah.
It's like America and our generation has not figured out that we ain't got to pick up the phone yet.
Yeah, we can just
rules right now.
do what we do. You know what I'm saying? We may not be
anything
able to change.
we think is real and normal is what it is.
It's what it is.
It's whatever we want it to be. We ain't got to do nothing.
And beyond that, we've been doing it and living it. So why, when you go into the fucking creative board with some company, do I gotta switch it up now? Like, these people are not gonna be sensitive to what the material I'm coming up with you, because they're me.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, it was.
Well,
but now they say shit on TV. Like, they didn't say shit on TV when I was a kid.
Yeah, and now it's no big deal.
But they say everything.
Yeah.
We're in a different time. So why are we still having to go back and just recreate old shit because we're afraid of the new art? And it's not even like shit's gonna be that new. It's already shit we all live.
And, I used to think of this theory when I was a kid. Like, there's only so many combinations of words, right? Like, eventually we're gonna run out of songs to write.
That's what I thought about.
We're gonna run out of scripts to write. We're gonna run out of movies. We're gonna run out of all this shit. Mm-hmm. And you start thinking, I was like, well, no, like, that's not the way it works at all. I mean, Whitney Houston singing "I Will Always Love You" versus Dolly Parton singing "I Will Always Love You." That's two of the very same song, same words, two totally different feelings and vibes coming from both of those. You know what I mean? So it's like, creativity, it's not dead. I don't even know that
it's not even dead, and I don't think that's what we're saying. It's not creativity's dead. What it is it's the mechanism that we use to display creativity is dead.
Yeah.
The fact that we still use a mechanism to be the conduit for creativity to be displayed, that whole concept is dead. Like, but we still cling to it because we don't know anything else. Well, and I guess I'm complaining from a place of not having an answer, but like, it's like, God damn, can we just get the freedom just to see what people express for real? I wanted to see that. Just to, I feel good.
Right. But it's not, it's true though, like, you have to come up with new ideas and new ways to express. It's the reason why Blockbuster got killed by Netflix. It's the you have to, somebody has to be that guy that thinks outside the box and said, fuck these late fees, I'm tired of Blockbuster.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna start my own shit.
You gotta fail. What's the old saying? Like, you're not gonna go, if you gotta fail, basically. You have to fail at some point so you know how to get there. But the formula in media is like, we're going to take a calculated risk. So, right, we'll go out on a limb for a second as long as we have these elements which will guarantee us this. So, maybe we do have a crazy story, but we're not going to put the original writer and director, producers, people in it who they had an idea. We're going to get... We're going to cast these $20 million actors to put it up, and then we're going to change the story according to how they feel they should do it. Right. Because we need to guarantee some money back. We need to guarantee this. And in all honesty, I understand what the business says. You know, you profit and this and that. But is that everything?
It's the same thing that I look at, like, when I try to find motivation to do what we do.
Yeah.
To keep going with what we're going. And I always think, like, we could do 97 podcasts and 97 YouTube videos, and ain't nobody watch none of them, and we quit. And what if it was the 98th one, where we would have said some shit, and
500,000 views, you know?
You know, like, that's why you never quit. That's why you just can't ever get comfortable in failure like that.
You can't get comfortable in failure is the key, right?
Yeah.
But you had to have failed so that you know, like, what you're reaching for, right?
Like, you can't declare failure, I guess is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Like,
that's interesting.
You can keep failing, but you cannot say I have failed.
You can't concede
This podcast and this show can be a failure, until it's a success. But until we say we failed,
then it's a work in progress.
It's a work in progress. We ain't failed dick yet. We're failing.
We only failed by not doing it. Floundering.
We ain't failed nothing yet.
Yeah,
we ain't failed nothing yet. Ain't no grades out. I ain't seen a red pen.
Exactly.
Nothing.
Exactly.
I ain't going up to a cork board saying, shit. We ain't failed nothing yet. And that's an important thing that we got to remember too. Mm-hmm. And that's in any aspect of life. Any aspect of life. You got to get comfortable with the fact that it's not over until you say it's over.
Basically.
You know what I'm saying? You could be 88 years old, and goddamn it, if you want to be a marine biologist, Highline Community College has AA classes, and fucking go do it.
Go do it.
It's never too late for anything. Another thing. That's what I was thinking about XFL. That's going to be dope, because you're going to get... Yeah. Everybody's thinking, they're going to get all these guys. No. You're going to get these guys that are just not quite good enough to play in the NFL, that are young. But my hope is that you're going to get guys that aren't quite good enough to play in the NFL that are old.
I hope so.
You're going to get this guy. You're going to get Sean Alexander.
James Harrison.
Not today. But I'm saying 07 Sean Alexander, who was still all right but not quite good, go let him rush for a G in the XFL. Yeah. I want to see Clinton Portis out there. I want to see those cats who are just not quite good enough to get over the hump in the NFL. Let's go see them rush for G in the XFL. Yeah. I'm excited for both those things. But that's the thing.
I like diversification. I wish we were in our prime in the 70s and 80s when you had there was
everything was up for creation and up for debate. Nothing was settled.
Nothing
was written in stone.
Come into the realization as to why we glamorize and fucking just hold in high esteem the 60s, 70s, and 80s. It's because motherfuckers was making shit. Yeah. And it was all just starting. Whereas now, it's whatever we do.
Look at Earth, Wind, and Fire. There was 14 of them motherfuckers up on that stage. Could you imagine a 14-piece rap band nowadays?
Yeah. But DJ Khaled did it 50 times.
No, but what I'm saying is
but I feel you, dog. I just had to,
you can't get 14 egos in a room on stage for 300 nights a year anymore. It don't work.
It's different.
It's different now. It's different because the creation was more important back then.
Yeah, the money's important now.
The money,
the look of money, the status,
the fucking gold record fucked shit up, and ain't nobody sold a goddamn record in 25 years.
But see, the coldest part is it's all just posturing and stature, appearance. No one's actually reached this status to where they control the shit that changes lives.
Yeah.
Even as much as we love Jay-Z, and Jay-Z's dope, don't get me wrong, Diddy's dope, they're cool, Birdman's dope. They are not changing life. Being a spokesperson for Ciroc is not changing my life.
You know what I like to do with a scoop of ice cream, Terry? I like to put a shot of orange syrup.
Inspiration. I like that inspiration and the symbolic victory, right? And I'm never going to hate on that for itself. I want people to keep trying to be better, but at the same time, it's is better that? Or is better creativity? Is better just doing it and being able to vibe in the situations you vibed in, and then when time passes, maybe your stories aren't a million different stories from a million people who were at your concert, but you got 15 stories from when you were at fucking holes in the wall that you changed a motherfucker's life those times, or you were at, we did a live podcast for 46 people at a random bar, but that podcast changed the opinion of 4 people in there who went on to do something, so that, what is more important? But the money, obviously, we need that to live, but, for real,
So, cool story. And another thing, I think we touched this on other podcasts before, is that, what is success? Mm-hmm. Is it the money? Is it a Grammy? What is it? What is a success? Can I put my finger if our podcast that we put out tonight is the best podcast in the world tomorrow, how do we measure that? You know what I'm saying? It could be the best in the world tomorrow without having the most views, right? So a story to go along with that, and how you never know what's going to happen, and how you can't ever measure success how you think you can. Remember that movie, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Yes, sir.
I didn't ever like. Wasn't my movie. I didn't like it.
Soundtrack
I didn't
cool.
like it. Speaking of the soundtrack, so there's a song on that soundtrack called "Oh Death." Mm-hmm. It's a crazy song. It's just an old man singing into a fucking microphone, right?
Yeah.
Was never a hit. Was never anything. Was just on some record somewhere. They fucking found it when they were making this movie. Put it in the movie. The people that are related to the dude that recorded it didn't even know. Like, didn't even know Grandpa whatever Ralph Wilson fucking recorded some shit back in the day. Had no idea.
Yeah,
He'd been dead for hella, right?
Yeah.
They fucking knock on a trailer door with a royalty check for like $250,000. Like, oh yeah, by the way, your grandpa, great-great-grandpa recorded the song back in 1932. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you just don't fucking know.
Yeah.
The song that me and you go record in the laundry room tonight and put on ether today, and it's out in the Twitter sphere.
Yeah.
It's crazy nowadays. Who
Anything
knows what it
happen.
could be?
Yeah.
Who knows what could happen?
Yeah, it's true.
Who fucking knows? That's why you just gotta create. You just gotta jump. You gotta do what you know you are supposed to do.
Yeah.
And I know that we're supposed to be doing this.
Oh yeah, that's why we fucking come back and set the shit up and hit record every time, because it's like
I've been planning my motherfucking wardrobe. I'm running out of Mariner shit.
Man, see, I actually thought about that today. I was like, damn, I think I wore this, but I don't know if I wore. I don't know if I did.
Right?
I wore something.
Right?
Like I don't even know, but I have to be cognizant now. See, there's all these little things that are coming into play that I was like, I thought I knew, and because I do know a lot more than the average listener, but at the same time.
Although, I mean, it wouldn't be unheard of to see Washington come out of the East this year.
Like, honestly, man, it's like the biggest debate, and I guess I have to take off my stand glasses.
All right.
But, yeah, okay. I see Milwaukee as being a huge threat because they got Parker back. I think people are sleeping on that. Parker is a fucking number 2 pick overall. Jabari Parker. He just came back from ACL surgery from a year ago, but he's coming off the bench right now, but he averaged 20 for them. Like,
don't Otto Porter look like Derrick Rose's older brother, like the healthier, stronger looking brother? Like the brother who got the second pork chop every night? Like,
yeah, I feel you.
Just look healthier.
He does look like that.
The Bucks are good.
I think Detroit is going to be a sleeper now. They don't have the firepower, but with Drummond and Griffin, because of what Griffin is used to with that moving, roving center who can get up and get it and get boards and play defense. Like, that's what Drummond can do. Not as well as DJ on the D, but on the offense he can. And the Celtics in Washington. Toronto. Let's not disrespect Toronto. But I can't bet against. I'm not betting against LeBron.
No.
Until I see him.
Oh!
That was
what
wax.
a shot. What a shot.
That was wet
Brown,
as fuck.
Right? That's Brown?
Yeah, that's Brown. That's Jalen.
Man.
I just.
Give it to him?
I mean, was it a 2 or a 3?
It looked like a 3.
Oh,
it was a 2.
He was on the line.
That was a 2 for sure, but damn, that's pretty.
Whack. Bradley Beal, where you at? We looking for you right now. You supposed to be the star now. Oh, they down. Oh, they down 5. Okay.
Earn that money.
You gotta get that money now.
Oh, it was just past it. Pretty.
Beautiful. See, that's that muscle memory. Like, when they take shit like that for granted. That's about those nuances. Like, those are the things that makes you an NBA player or professional. It's like knowing, being aware of everything around and how to use your body and where everything is on the court. Like, those things can get you far. That's how Andre Robertson is in the fucking league. Like, you can't. That's how you ask the question. How can a guy who can't shoot the basketball play basketball? Well, because you can
do more to shoot. There's more to basketball than shooting the basketball.
There's a lot of shit out there. And if you can master any of those things,
the same reason Reggie Evans played in the NBA for 17 fucking years or whatever it is.
He gets fucking boards, and he knows that's what he needs to do.
Knows his role. Oh, that was a beautiful play there by that Oubre kid too. Yeah. He was out of bounds and jumped in the air, so he wasn't out of bounds to bat the ball back into play.
That's how you do it.
Yeah.
These are motherfucking surgeons out here. Yeah, you make mistakes, but there's literally 1,000 things going on at once, and you're just trying to move through time.
Right. No, it's true. I think when you become an expert at anything like that, you really separate yourself from the common man. And that's being an expert at anything.
Anything
You put time not just
into
basketball or something to get you on TV. I think there's respect to be had for anybody that's that good at anything. I got mad respect for the dopest window washer in the world. I want to see him. I want to see
how you do it. What's your technique?
I want to know. Like, what do you do?
How'd you get there?
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. You have to have that respect for everything, for everybody like that. Because you don't know. You don't know what a motherfucker could be good at. I found out a thing about a guy that I work with. We got a Hispanic guy that works for us, Rolando, right? Mm-hmm. Worked with him for 15 years. I mean, since I was a kid. I've known this guy for a long fucking time. So we went to Home Depot to get, like, a worker. Yeah. Go get an essay and trying to get some shit done.
Yeah.
Pay him well, buy him lunch, give him rides, trying to do it the right way. And I learned that day that Rolando to other Mexicans is hilarious.
Yeah.
Had no idea.
Yeah.
Had no idea he was funny. Because it don't transfer. He don't really speak no English, so it don't really transfer over.
Yeah.
This motherfucker had the other guy cracking up all fucking day. It has happened since then with other workers that we've brought in. It's like, he's hilarious to other Hispanic people. Had no idea. So you just don't know.
Yeah, you don't know.
You just don't know. You just don't know about people. You think you know, but you have no idea.
Yeah, you have no clue, and until you see them in their element.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then even then, all you can do is just watch and try to understand and percept what's going on, but like you never really know. Like I guess that's it. Like you just don't know. And trying to put a finger on knowing is where we get all fucked up. Like, cuz when you don't know, it's frustrating to move forward. It's hard to, it's hard to get up to go and do something like this when there's no incentive.
It's way easier to not do stuff.
It's just simply, it's easier to not do it.
Yeah.
Because like we were saying, what's the whole, why is it gotta be incentive laden? That is the whole, why is that mindset prevalent? Why does it even peek in? We already understand the reality of the situation of what we got to do as far as bills and paying shit, but why does that have to seep over into something that you're doing while you're not working?
Because I think a lot of it is because in nowadays culture, quality don't matter. Quality don't matter anymore. It's about speed. It's about quantity. It's about
moments.
Yeah.
That's it. Let's just get a moment.
Nobody here can deny the fact that a Taco Bell taco ain't what it was 15 years ago. I don't even think Taco Bell would argue with that. A McDonald's Big Mac ain't what it was when we were kids. It's not.
Dog, a big cheeseburger is 2 inches smaller in diameter.
Yeah, they have systematically, and this isn't just in fast food, this is in everything. They have diluted the product to where it's acceptable.
Yeah, and
purely acceptable.
It's just purely acceptable.
And that's all we got is acceptable. That's the best you can hope for anymore. When you go to a restaurant and it's less than $20 a plate, that's all you're hoping for is acceptable, eatable food. That's all you're looking for. When you buy a car and it's under $5,000, you're just looking for a car that will start.
It's real, right?
But,
it's what it is.
I mean, inflation's a motherfucker, and I get it, but goddamn. Yeah, cars used to be $4,999. Nice brand new Hondas 30 years ago.
Oh, yeah. Brand new cars.
That same four-door Accord, that's a $28,000
Oh, man.
And the inflation ain't rose like that.
Man.
It's not like that. It's bullshit.
And it's just so, and it's not like they're giving you such a supreme product.
No.
Some would argue that the cars back then were even better.
Some of them, the motors,
the 90s was the era. Okay, we missed that. The 90s cars were trash.
Yes.
Almost all the way around except for Honda.
Yeah.
All the Japanese cars lasted after the 90s, but all the rest of the cars were shitty. Even the Kias and shit, they were shitty. So not all y'all Japanese cars made it out, but still, we got past the 80s was shitty, but everything before that was good and shit. So like pretty much in the 2005 till now, all the cars are pretty.
That's why you don't see nobody driving a '94 Camry.
Nah, it's just the cars.
Unless you have to.
Unless you have to.
Nobody chooses to, but people choose to drive a 64.
Because you can't even Uber in that. Because if you could Uber and some shit like that, people
there's
would
a reason
be
why Uber
says
like even Uber don't give a fuck about nothing.
Bro, you know how quick I would have a shitty car right now if I could Uber in a shitty car? Like I would put no miles on my car. I would just get the shittiest. But at the same time, I don't know if I could be a black dude rolling up in a shitty car to pick up some white woman in Bellevue, if that's going to go well for my rating.
Hey, you Francine?
Is this my Uber?
I'm your Uber.
Are you sure? Ma'am, you've checked the license plate twice and asked me my name 3 times. This is me.
Yeah, I can give you the VIN.
I don't blame him sometimes, but a lot of times I do.
Yeah. Most of the time.
Like, bro, come on. Look at the... Come on. I look like the guy in the picture, right?
Right.
I mean,
get kidnapped.
Yeah, like, come on, bro. You go check the license. How many times do you have to check the numbers on the plate? Like, it's either you getting in or... I can pull off. We good.
Do people really check the license plate numbers?
See, that's what I thought. I never personally use Uber. I just drive. I don't do that.
I don't even care if it's my Uber.
Walk up to the car. They see me. I'm like, hey. And then they walk to the back of the car first. And then come to the door and be like, hey, is this for so-and-so? I'm like, first, you seen me, acknowledge. Then you went. So you see my picture. You seen me. That's number 1 check. Then you went. Before you walked to the car and asked anything, you went and checked the license plate. And you matched that up. So that's 2. And then you got to the car, opened the door, and asked my name. Or asked if this is for their name. So you got 3 checks on the way. You better feel safe. Like, nigga, like, you see the car's descriptions in the thing. Like, my picture's there. Like, come on.
What do I got to put in the description? I'll be wearing a carnation in my lapel.
We live in that society where there's sensationalized media where everybody, like, you know, one person gets fucked over by one crazy Uber driver. Now all Uber drivers are now mass murdering molesters who have problems with children. Like that's what it you know, and people have that perception, but it's like, how do you, like, it, I don't even, how do we get to that point? Like, goddamn, like, do people just solely rely on this shit, like, completely? I mean, like, is that what it is? Do we really just...
I think people are just expecting to get fucked up nowadays. Whereas before, I think people were a little more willing to take a chance. Take a chance. People used to pick up hitchhikers.
Yeah.
People used to let people used to knock on people's doors at 1 a.m. with dead batteries and were let inside.
Yep.
Oh, sure, use the phone.
And it's not like murders happen more. It's just like we've heard the 15 stories so many thousands of times that now we think everybody can do it.
Yeah,
it's gonna do that to you.
Now.
But it's safer now. It's hella safer now. Like, you can really just...
It's actually safer now.
There's security cars and cops everywhere. Like, you might get arrested for somebody thinking you're not safe when you try to check the neighborhood being safe.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how safe it is.
Exactly.
But everybody's scared as shit. They're thinking that if they let little Timmy out the house, there's 14 molesters waiting for Timmy himself, like, coming. And I can't blame them either, because I've been fed the same shit, but it's just like, you get to a point to where it's like, wait a minute.
We had a fucking family password, but I don't know how to balance a fucking checkbook. But I knew if Grandpa Joe didn't say unicorn, I wasn't allowed to get in the car. I was dead aware. Of things like that. But I don't know nothing about taxes. I don't really know how my paycheck works.
Yeah,
like, I know, like, I earn X money, but I don't know why they take out all that other money.
And refinancing and, like, Roth IRAs.
You know, if you get an FHA loan, you'll have to pay PMI for the interest of the loan. It's like, I'm sorry.
What?
I don't know what any of those things mean.
I didn't take Chinese in high school.
No, I'm sorry. Gesundheit.
You know? And I've tried, you know, as over time, you get the definitions of things, and I get the gist of how things work, but it would be so much easier if I at least had a basis to start from. It feels like you're just poking at thin air sometimes because you just be wanting the information, but all the shit is so
we were
vast.
done wrong by our schools. I don't know nothing about FICA, but I know all about Icarus. I mean, what the fuck?
The Hammurabi laws.
Yeah, I know all about Charlemagne.
Yeah.
And not the god.
Not the god.
The real one. The first
weird
one.
white dude.
I know all these things. I don't know anything about 401k. I don't know IRA.
Like, we just
I don't know what any of them mean.
They give us the gist. Like, school should just be called gist.
They'll teach you that in college. Bitch, I ain't going to college. I'm going to be building fucking decks the rest of my whole life. God damn it. Teach me about retirement. I'm going to need it.
Buy.
My back's going to be broken by the time I'm 50.
I'm going to be servicing the machine that's your customer service bot. At Foot Locker. That's going to be the job. Like, it's not that. What customer service is so garbage now anyway. People don't give a fuck, like, because we're at such a point to where everyone knows what everything is. You know that this job ain't shit. Like, back in the 60s and 70s, you could be disillusioned into that shit. Somebody could convince you that you could go somewhere because they was giving out. Like, they was making it. That was when everything was being created.
That's true,
So shit was actually happening for people. Too. And they've just been able to sell the same dream for 70 years. And we've been just eating it.
Like...
Without,
but
we still know it's not real, but we still eat it because we don't know that there's we don't know where else to find the other shit.
Like, there came a day where McDonald's decided to stop forming the patties in-house and buy them frozen.
Yeah. There was a day where they were
I think
you know
you
what?
can track the downfall of quality in America to that day.
When the franchise point comes
to that
that company... That's when it's over. When McDonald's sat up at the thing, they were like, you know what? We could just sell off, let people buy into our... Like, when they had that moment, that was the moment quality went out the window, because now you've put quality in control of individual stores.
Yeah. And perfect example, back when I was a kid, when I worked at Jack in the Box, all Jack in the Boxes were corporate. So everything was always the same price. Every menu was the same everywhere you went. It was always the same. Quality was always perfect. Now, they're all franchised. It's all different everywhere.
Some of them are
don't
great.
matter.
Some
are good. Some are trash.
Some are fucking $8.95 for a meal, and some are fucking $6.95 for a meal. And you just be like, well, why? Yeah. You all do the same thing. You don't even got Chipotle Ranch. Did you see that they have there's something called a sweet beverage tax now?
I did. It's called poor people tax.
Yeah, so what
rich people don't drink sugary drinks. They drink diet soda and water, which is not taxed.
That's real.
That's right.
That's real as fuck. But a 4 for $4 at Wendy's, the most famous, like, lower middle class person lunch meal there is.
Right.
It's $4.40 after tax. So I go to fucking like a Wendy's in the Central District, and I got a 4 for $4, and the lady was like $4.75 or something. I'm like, $4.75? You know, I'm like, what? So I'm like, can I get a receipt? And she's like, oh, you want a receipt? I'm like, yeah. Can I
for
just,
$4?
I just want to see what the receipt is, you know. And she gave me this print out the receipt, and I seen on it was like for sweet beverage, and I was like, what's this? And she was like, I don't know. This is what it is. And I'm like, but I didn't order anything different. I just got what. Like what? So what do I get that's $4.40? Because that's what I was trying to get at, you know. And she didn't have no clue, and I just pulled off. But the point was, then I started I looked at it, and I'm like, damn. And then I see it everywhere. Like recently, all the places are posting it. Like anything that's not diet, or
diet or
water is taxed 25. It's like 25 cents.
Just like the lottery, it's poor people tax.
It's poor people tax.
Rich people don't buy lottery tickets. It's poor people.
No, they don't. The whole lottery system is like free. Give money back to a rich person for free. Mm-hmm. And if you, on the off chance you might get something, we can break you off something. But chances are we done made $6 billion for every $6 million we give out. Yeah, that's the cold part.
It's taxes for dumb people.
Mm-hmm.
Taxes for dumb people.
I'm
gonna get rich off these scratchies.
And they literally can use that as a write-off.
Yeah.
Like the person who, because they're donating that. They're donating those winnings. So that's just written off. Like, it's crazy to me. And I don't even know shit about shit. I'm just saying off of the shit that I've heard and I've read and I just what I could come up with, I'm just like, man, how come we still get caught up? And that's why, like, and that's part of the reason I do come back and do this, because it's like we can express our own feelings about it.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm ever going to get on here and talk about, like, we have to destroy overthrow the system again. I said that one time in the first episode, and while I do believe that in my heart, I don't think that's a possibility.
Yeah.
And I just am not even trying to be the guy who sparks that. So I want to put that on film, and I'm good on that. Because I just really had to think about it for a second. Because, like, for real, though, like, people know what the answer. There are answers out here.
Yeah.
And some of the answers are really, really drastic. And it would really take some shit that the government is ready for.
Yeah.
Quite frankly, you know what I'm saying? And they have no problem wiping people off. And so it's like, we don't need to go there, but we can talk everywhere up into that line. I just don't want to, I'm not going to say that. But
yeah.
It's just like you have to, it's just, we're in a system to where we can't control that thing, but you can do damn well avoiding things as individuals and in small groups. And that's what we got to strive for, because, like, they've almost, the society, the social climate we're in has almost destroyed the possibility of a large movement without scrutiny. Like, you can't form a large movement without now becoming a threat to something.
Yeah.
So you gotta like, it's
anytime
different.
more than 4 or 5 people to get together to talk about something, government knows about it.
Yeah, I mean, anytime 2 people is talking, like, they got a transcript, they might not be watching it, but they got your transcript.
Yeah.
So that's the thing.
You remember that movie Enemy of the State?
Man.
With Gene Hackman, Will Smith, and it was like, oh, crazy, they can do all this shit with cameras that are watching us, the satellites, all that shit, and now it's like, oh yeah, that's the tip of the iceberg. They really are watching us, and that's not even what we're worried about anymore.
No, they've been watching us for all this, like just the whole idea of 1984, and just like, you know, they would describe, like, you have like a big old screen in your house and they're watching you from the screen. But like, they already did it. That's what a TV, that's what a flat screen plasma television is. And we've had these in our living rooms for the longest. Right. Remember that big, I don't know what year it was, but they had that big switch when they killed analog. And everything went digital, and they were like, remember 09. 10, yeah. That was when they literally, because what was that thing? Man, I'm just blanking on these things. Forgive me, the audience, but I'm just it was the Patriot Act or whatever. Like, they basically just let us know, hey, we're watching you. There ain't no analog no more. You can't catch nothing you want to catch. It's all through us, digital now. So
we own it all.
We own it all. The fucking 96 Act did that, the Telecom Act, that allowed monopolization of things, basically, and allowed people to just be able to consolidate media corporations, and so they could control regions and control the whole, monopolize. They basically took the monopoly shit off the table, and you can do it now. And that's why everything is so, and that goes back to our original point where we started full circle. Like, that's why everything is so cookie cutter.
Yeah. Like,
that's why everything is so creativity averse. Because it's all run by the same people under 15 names. And it's all, they just hire in and the same people. And they don't live the life we live.
Food industry, the commodity industry, it's like 6, 7 companies that own everything. You've seen those big pictures where they draw everything out. It's like the webs. Mm-hmm. Where it's like all these different companies are owned by this one company.
Yeah, Philip Morris, man. I always use that example. Like, I have some Marlboros.
Well, like cigarettes, they're all made by 2 companies.
All cigarettes are
R.J.
Philip
Reynolds
Morris.
or Philip Morris.
Yeah, man,
that's it.
all of them.
Yep, that's it.
All of them, but there's 50 different
60
packs.
brands.
When you go in the store, you
Newport.
Think there's whole kind of people caking off of cigarettes. They're not. They're all subsidiary companies to the same
and they're
company.
Marketing to certain people.
And when I worked in the marijuana industry, that's what I
sure.
learned.
Yeah.
That's all these companies. There's so many companies that are just another company, and then people get tired of this brand name, so that company just, okay, well, I have these other 2 brands. Oh, you didn't know these is us too? These are our A buds. These are our B buds. These are our C. This is our this. This is our edibles. These are our concentrates. We name them all different things, but we're one company.
I almost wish weed was illegal again.
I do too.
I literally almost wish it was illegal again.
I'm tired of because I don't like the way that we've monetized this, and they ain't taking nobody out of jail. They ain't putting no records off, and none of us can get that. You ain't got no license. I ain't got no license.
Nah, it's another thing that's benefiting very few people. It's poor people tax.
It's
more poor people tax.
It's crazy.
Instead of going and spending $40 on this eighth for Mr. Santiago and the CD, now I'm gonna go to spend the same money, but instead of giving Mr. Santiago his $15 profit, I'm giving the $15 to the state of Washington so they can not fix my motherfucking roads.
Exactly, so I can give a bonus to Julia and Timothy in the fucking office. That's what it is.
Bullshit.
And I'm not getting that. And it's not even. It's like.
I do like the fact that I'm out of weed, and I'm not stressed. I'm just going to stop on my way home.
Down the street.
It's fine. Like, it's not a big deal.
That is convenience, but like at the same time, like I was smoking for real, and maybe I wouldn't have been able to get it right this second, but I would have been able to get it within the.
There's something to be said for smoking a joint with somebody you don't really like.
I'm saying, or just somebody you just know in passing because of it.
Yeah.
Like,
you find out who your friends are. I bet all them old drug dealers are lonely motherfuckers right now.
I mean, some of the drug dealers were the coolest people. Like, I had some homies that were like, they were homies when I got the weed from them, and we would chill and talk for 15 minutes, smoke this joint or this blunt or this bowl, and then I'm out. I'm on my way. You chilling, serving the next homie. Like, it's what it is. But like, that's a certain type of relationship that we don't have anymore. It almost is a form of networking that people like me I'm not the most social butterfly, but when I smoke weed and I can go connect with these different dealers, that's a way for me to meet people. Yeah. For me to network.
Yeah. But it used to be the thing, like, can you introduce me to your dude?
Yeah, can I get...
So I don't have to go through you no more?
Yeah, and now you got a dude.
Now it's my dude.
Now you got 2 or 3 dudes, and then you got 4 or 5 dudes. Like, I remember a point in time when I have like 7 to 10 people in my phone that at any point is like, damn, this person so-and-so don't got it. So-and-so, okay, well, I know so-and-so got it, but I know where he's at work. Okay, I know he's over here, so let me try to get so-and-so. Like, and that was just like, okay, I'm more social now. I can hit 5 people in that day. Yeah. Yes, for this thing, but it's like you're being social with these people. Now, we already just go home and are trying to go home and watch TV and chill out. Yeah. And not do anything. So now we've done that with weed. With weed, you had to at least go out and talk to somebody before you went back and sat down and did nothing. Yeah. Now you can just go to the store, barely interact with this bud tender who doesn't know shit about shit, get your weed, and then go home.
I bet marijuana-related car accidents have gone down.
I think they have.
I bet they've gone down because you used to have to go get fucked up with the guy and then drive home. Now it's already at home. You just go home.
You just go home.
You just go home.
Because you can't smoke there. You can't smoke in the parking lot. Like, you can't smoke around the shit.
Nah, like, I be smoking weed in my car, though. I don't give a fuck. Oh, man. I don't give a fuck. I don't. That sunroof ain't for the sun.
That's the one thing I like concentrates for is like, concentrates are for the car. Yeah. Dabs, all that shit.
I'm scared of the torch in my leather.
But see, that's dab pen. I know some young kids who was wilding with the fucking...
Oh, no, dude. I remember going to...
They drove with this shit. Yeah. Set the flaming torch in the couple...
to a certain office installation company one time with a friend that I grew up with. And he's like, hey, man, you want a dab? I'm like, right here in the parking lot? He's like, oh, yeah, I got it. Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, I got to go to work. Like, I got shit to do today. Why are you telling me low battery?
Oh, well, we can, you can plug it up and use it while it's charging. Put that to the wall. I forgot to set that side of the thing up. Unless you don't need it like that.
Oh, that was rough.
Yeah. Breathe. Need some water. Oh, you got some shit.
Oh, we're good. That's just the first rip. I'll take it off that in a minute. Woo! How about that Super Bowl?
Oh my gosh. I was happy for Philadelphia. Be real. Like, I was happy. I was actually pleasantly surprised it was a great game all the way through.
Me too.
And although Philly was up 10 most of the time, by virtue of it being Tom Brady, you knew it was a game. Because Tom at any point could get it done. Tom had 505 passing yards. Like, he's 40. And granted, yeah, it was on a lot of long plays where dudes were open and they had to set up right. But at the same time, this motherfucker...
He threw for 500 yards, and the only play anybody's going to remember from him from that game is missing the catch. Missing the catch.
If I'm Tom Brady, I'm laying out for the catch. It's the Super Bowl! But I'm not going to criticize him either. Nah. That's Tom Brady.
Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback ever. I don't even think it's really close. I mean, you can make some arguments that Tom Brady's not the greatest football player ever, and I'll have that conversation because to me, Jerry Rice is the greatest football player ever. But the greatest quarterback ever, it's not a debate.
It's Tom.
It's Tom. It's not a debate. If you want to go with Montana, that's fine.
You're I'm probably okay over 40 years old, but
and if you want to go with Peyton Manning, I guess it's fine. I'd give you that, too. Because you put Peyton Manning with Bill Belichick, and I'm sure they would have won a few titles, too.
It's the argument like you put LeBron with Pop.
It
would have been different. It wouldn't be 3-5. It might be 6-2.
Yeah. It
might be 9-1. Hell. So I feel it.
Yeah.
I definitely feel it.
It was a good game, though. It was a good, solid game.
It went down to the last Hail Mary. Mm-hmm. You know, like it was good. Foles played the hell out of the game. Like he was good. He was. It almost makes me feel like, man, like these. It gets real upsetting in sports, man. Like people, they give up on a person, rightfully so. They're paying you millions and they want you to perform, but then the public jumps on it. And it's almost like we as the public devalue people. Public perception devalues guys. And Nick Foles was out the league, bro. Like, he was on his way out.
Oh, that's what they said. He decided to give it one more go around.
Just because of Andy Reid.
Philly.
Yeah, Andy Reid signed him in Kansas City.
Yeah.
And then he went to Philly because he was, he got that chance.
Yeah.
And...
Now he's got a ring.
He got to go to
Disneyland.
It wasn't like he wasn't a game manager.
No,
Nick Foles did that shit. So but see, and it's still like, oh well, Carson Wentz is better. And I'm just like, okay, I get it. But what do you mean? Nick Foles just went out there and won you the Super Bowl, and he's supposed to just come in and be your backup now?
Right.
Like that's just a given because Carson Wentz is bigger, stronger, fast, whatever, and he was on his way to him. Who cares? Nick Foles came in, and once you put the playbook around what he does, he looked just as good as Carson Wentz, if not, and he got the title. And he ain't a rookie. And he's not 30 yet.
Well,
or he's about to be.
Carson Wentz coming off a torn ACL.
It's different, Who
knows if he's even going to be that guy?
The last quarterback we saw come off a torn ACL. Now, granted, it's a completely different type of quarterback, but it was Robert Griffin III, and he ain't been the same.
Carson Palmer was never the same after that. Carson Palmer was never quite the same.
He was never the same.
He was on track for a Hall of Fame career, and he still could have had one.
He still might squeak in there, but
he was in that elite.
Yeah, he was there in those first few years in Cincinnati. Yeah, he was on his way.
They actually, I think they could have won the Super Bowl that year. We should have played them in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Because they were the best team in the AFC
they were.
that year.
Chad Ochocinco, Chad Johnson, TJ Houshmandzadeh. What was that running back? Rudy Johnson. Man, they had a squad.
They did.
They had a squad.
They did.
And the fucking Steeler way. See, and that's... Man, we're getting into all kind of gripes this week, but I like it, though. Like, the Steelers, the Patriots... The Yankees, the Red Sox, the Lakers, the Blackhawks. Like, there's certain franchises that get the benefit of the doubt.
I feel like the Seahawks are approaching that.
We are almost there.
I feel like if we can,
we're almost there.
If we can get past this little bubble,
one more title,
because the bubble burst last year a little bit. If we can get past it and move through and be dope again, you got to start. The Patriots weren't dope until they decided to be.
What's your opinion on this?
Huh.
I heard G. Scott talking about...
My guy, G. Scott, friend of the show, one day.
Talking about fucking... John Clayton, he's a numbers guy. He knows everything. And so he's talking about how, like, the next contracts that are coming out, they're going to be in that $30 million range. And seeing as Garoppolo just got 28. And Kirk Cousins is about to get 28, 29 somewhere. So Russell... And then after next year is probably going to get 30, 31. That was hard. Yeah. And then G. Scott's like, oh, he won't be getting it here. And in my eyes, I'm like, damn, like, do you really think there's a contingency here who doesn't think that Russell is, who still doesn't think Russell is worth the going rate? Because at that point, 30 will just be the going rate. He's at 21.9 right now. It's not like...
I think it's people who... still, I don't want to say overvalue that defense, but still think that the way we play defense when we're on is good enough to beat any team regardless of who's throwing the ball. We could have went out there and won with T-Jack in 14
in 6 years.
But I don't believe that. I do not believe that.
Yeah,
I think Russell's been the one the whole fucking time. Even his rookie year. I think he was the one the whole fucking time stirring the drink.
I think he was stirring the drink the whole time. I do, though, think Marshawn was a nice, large sugar cube.
He was a nice, soft security blanket.
Yeah, but Russell had to do it. It wasn't like we were running. We had an offense to where we wouldn't score nothing.
Yeah, we were winning games 13-9.
Yeah, like if Russell couldn't at least do what he was doing.
13-9, rushing touchdown by Marshawn, 2 field goals by House.
Russell spin out, like that's a move every quarterback does now. Do you remember those first 2-3 years? He was the only. It seemed like every other play you knew you could call it. It's like, okay, he's dropping back.
And then the announcer would go, "Wow, what a baseball move!"
Yeah, he'd run out.
What a baseball move!
Reverse spin out,
right?
And then down the field to curse.
Yep.
And that's
his
just
ability to extend the play makes the defense better.
It makes
How many
everybody
3 and
better.
outs has he saved from being 3 and outs? It gives the defense a little more blow.
How fresh was that defense in 2013? And when he was able to extend those plays so many times, and then the defense comes out, and you got a fresh Earl Thomas.
Well, we beat Arizona 56-0 or 48-0,
remember
or
that
whatever
3-game stretch
where we scored like 150 points in 3 games.
We beat the Bills like 53 to 6,
Arizona,
and then Arizona
crazy
shut them out with 50 points, and then we beat somebody else with 48
San Francisco,
and it was like
crazy. The end of that 13 year, we save for a Hail Mary-ish throw, we should have won the Super Bowl. We should have played in 3 straight.
Yeah,
we could have won 3.
Matt Ryan had his best career moment in that
was
game.
Anybody? Do you not think we couldn't have went in there and beat Baltimore?
Baltimore was over. See, Ray Lewis would have scared me, but he was old at that point. He would have hit somebody.
I would have been licking my fucking chops.
Oh, we would have mashed him that year.
I would have been licking my fucking chops to go put up 35 on Baltimore and Ray Lewis. Licking my chops to do it. We should have won 3 straight.
We should have. And we should have went to 4. Because think about the 2015.
We should have beat Carolina.
There's no way you go down 31-0 at half.
And come back and lose 34-31 or whatever it was?
Yeah, by 3. Like, that was crazy that we almost did it. But, like, we dug the hole so deep. Like, we should have been. And then if we get to that Super Bowl, we were better than that Patriot team. But we were better than the one that we lost to. But it would have been a rematch. One that we
lost to. We were better than the one last year. We were better than the one this year, I think.
We would have destroyed them in 2015 off of the fact of what happened in 2014.
What's the new term? Off the strength.
Off the strength, bro. Off the strength.
It would have been a no-brainer. No brainer. We're smashing that team.
We would have destroyed
smashing that team.
But see that would have been the Bills. We were supposed to be the Bizarro Bills of the new generation because we should have went to the 4 straight and got 2 of them at least.
2 of them at least.
But we could have won all of them.
Is Pete Carroll Hall of Fame coach?
Yes.
I think he is.
Because
too.
if we're going, is it Pro Football Hall of Fame like NBA?
National Football Hall of Fame.
Okay, so it's NFL.
No, it's the National Football Hall of Fame.
Okay, so no, yeah, he's definitely
he's a Hall of Fame coach.
I would venture to say Pete Carroll is a first balloter off of USC if he would have ended there.
Yeah, I think we will look back at coaches like Pete Carroll and say he started the new trend of coaches like that.
Yeah.
You know, he's that...
A 70-year-old man got to hire in 35-year-olds.
Yeah.
Like, literally, that's what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
A 70-year-old man got you hiring young guys to get to be
that's a good way to look at it. That's a good way to look at it. You got to hire kids half his age to keep up with his energy.
You got to hire young guys to be in there. Like Pete just is like it's not like I don't think he goes in there and relates, and he's not listening to Future, and he's not listening to Jaden Smith. He's not listening to that shit. He's not doing the things people are doing, but he's in tune enough with the spirit of the guys to get a camaraderie.
He's excited for their excitement.
Exactly.
He may not like Future, but he knows that when Mask Off comes on and they get pumped, that,
he knows
this is what this means.
He knows what artist that was in his time for his, so he can transmute that emotion. Yeah. And that's what. And so other teams are just like, okay, well, we can't find another old guy doing this. Let's just get some of these young defensive backs coaches and these off court these position coaches and get them in line because they're the dudes who was in college or in the league and they didn't quite get there and now they're coaches.
Yeah.
But they're players and they know, and as long as they know a system and can get the right people, those are the guys you need. You can't have we're getting to that time where I truly think part of the struggle with a lot of the sports teams is like people are tired of these fucking old ass dudes coaching these young ass dudes, and they're just like there's no connection. The best coaches are the ones who figure out how to bridge that gap. And it's not about age or sex or race on that. There's all kind of, we've seen all shapes and sizes do it. But it's the guys who are able to work with these people because they're people first.
Yeah.
We have not, I guarantee you Bill Belichick knows how to talk to them dudes. I feel like he fucked up whatever this Malcolm Butler shit is. I can't in all honesty put it on him because even Tom Brady stamped that motherfuckers.
He liked the Instagram post.
He liked the post and he said some shit. Yeah. So I'm saying and Tom is not he's not going against the company line.
No, but Tom's also the one guy that can.
And he's the
one guy on that team that has never. He's the only one there still. Him and Bill and Robert Kraft.
But he's earned that right. And if he actually does it, man, you gotta. Ooh, that was hard. You gotta think about it.
On him.
So
we're watching the Oklahoma City Laker game. So
KCP trying to keep his starting spot because IT is
Kentavious.
That
sounds like a East-West All-Star game name.
Man, sound like he put down a few railroad ties in his day. Man.
Whew. All right. Last one.
Oh, word. Yes. Let's do
it. To the Eagles.
Mm-hmm. You seen that shit I sent you of Jason Kelsey?
Yeah.
I thought that was dope. It reminded me so much of when after we won that NFC championship and Sherman did the tip and the Golden Tate was like in the hallway and he was like tearing up because everybody was so pumped. We were all pumped that they won that. And he was like, they called us, they said that we were pedestrian. Like, he was just naming off the shit, and it was like, it got emotional. And I was like, at that point, watching him go through that shit for his team, I was like, man, I know what that feels. I remember that. Like, I remember being a fan of a team that felt that way. And then you could see the difference in that versus what our team was this year.
And it wasn't even like, I also think it has something to do with us, though.
It is. Our fans are bullshit.
I think it has something to do with us.
And I'm saying that with a grain of salt because the 12 still come out. And they still show the fuck up, and I'll never disrespect that. But we're wishy-washy in a way, man, because people, they'll come to it, but they'll be weird about it.
Yeah.
You can't be against the player's stance in life and then go out there and want him to do what you want. Because that's how we are here. Like, there's so many people on the fence. Like, the Jim Moores of the community.
Yeah.
And I like Jim Moore's take on a lot of shit.
Me too. He's real. He cuts through bullshit.
He does cut through bullshit, but like he does have a stance on some shit where I feel like he's just so hardened in his stance with it that he's not even trying to even come to the solution, because the players come off hard too, and they say some fucked up shit too. I get it. You know, it's a both sides thing, but like, if you're the reporter and you're the one with the journalistic integrity and responsibility, you have to hold the high road, and you have to find the understanding, because you translate that shit to the community. And people that you never knew would connect with you, Jim Moore, like myself, that you never, if you look at me, you would never think you would connect with me. But you do. And when you don't take those stances, or at least take the chances to take those stances, or at least revise yours, that's when you push people away. Because I respect your opinion on something, but I don't want. It's hard to like.
Fluid.
You have to be fluid. You
have to be convincible.
I don't mean you need to go home and tell your family to go fucking change how they eat or everything, you know, or that kind of fluid.
But it's time to make some changes.
It's time to make changes. Everybody's changing today. I have to change. We all changing now. It's
like a thing you have to get comfortable with, the fact that just because you're on some new shit doesn't mean everybody else gives a fuck.
Yep. That doesn't mean anybody even thinks you're...
They don't care.
Yeah, they don't care.
I ain't had a carb in 4 days. Don't nobody give a fuck but me.
No, it's yours.
Nobody cares.
It's your badge.
Nobody cares. They'll sit there, eat brownies. Wow, that's terrible.
And you gotta learn to like take your own badges.
You gotta internalize that shit. Throw a shot of rum on it. That's all you can do. It's that old Irish mentality. Throw a potato and a shot of whiskey on it and see what happens in the morning. You know?
Fuck it.
That's all you can do. All you can do. Nah, I was just trying to talk something about. So, like, I think in every relationship, like, there's a older brother and a little brother, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
I think sometimes, what am I trying to say here? So, any kind of friendship, relationship, anything like that, there's always the
power
dominant
dynamics.
Power dynamic. Good way to look at it, right? And it's amazing how often that happens and you don't even realize it. Like I'm learning to become comfortable with the part of my personality that's like I dominate shit, to where it's like I'm gonna tell you what I think you should be doing.
Yeah.
Like, give you my opinion of what I think you should do, or what I think about what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And more and more I'm realizing it's like that's not always why somebody's telling you something.
No.
It's not always your spot.
It's not about you.
No, not always about you.
For the most part, I have to learn that too.
Yeah, it's not always about...
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Sometimes
I watched another video
listen.
the other day about speaking last, waiting your turn. And it sounds like so many people shoot down their own ideas by asking for opinions. Like, wow, I have this great idea, XXY, this is why it'll work. And what do you guys think? Being the first person to talk, and then you let 9 other people dominate what you just said and change it.
And now the whole idea...
There's so much more value in being the last person to speak, because then you get to hear everybody else's ideas. And then your idea seems the most important, because it's the last one. I waited to speak. I listened to all your ideas, and this is what I think.
Yeah, that's hard.
It could be the same thing.
That's hard.
Same shit.
But you're going to have the lasting impression.
But it's all about manipulating that situation.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy.
That's real.
Power dynamics are crazy.
It is, because, and then power dynamics are so crazy because you have to break them down. Just like you said, like, within all relationships between people, there are power dynamics, and they shift constantly throughout the duration of those relationships. And then the power dynamics are split amongst like different categories within those relationships at the same time. So like, you know, a person may be better at this thing than that person, so the power dynamic when they're doing this activity is such to where they're in the domineering position in this thing, but then the knowledge base of the thing that they have to do while they're doing this activity is that person's thing. Well, it's almost like
perfect example. I'm just gonna bring it up because motherfucker ain't even ever gonna watch the show, so it don't make no difference. Me and Scott opening up a restaurant, trying to like thinking about it, saving money, doing real things, And I'm saying, like, you know, I've worked in restaurants, but it's been a long time. He works as a bartender now. It's his thing. So I said, hey, I'm going to start. I maybe try to pick up a weekend job at a restaurant, a bar, or something, so I can learn some
Get my
stuff.
skill.
Get my skills back. That way, when we go and we open some shit, you're not just, like, categorically dismissing everything I say.
Exactly, because I haven't done it.
I don't know. He says, well, that's just going to happen because I have more experience. And I'm like, well, so I'm just here to bring recipes?
So what am I here for?
So I'm a cookbook.
Am I supposed to be...
So that's all I am, is a cookbook.
I have no say on that side.
Yeah, so I'm just never going to have a say because you're always going to have 9 years more experience than me, right?
That's the cold one. And see, that's not what it should be.
That's the thing.
Just
like,
because you have the power
there's
doesn't
part
mean...
of me that respects that. If he came into my industry, I would never let him have it. I would never, and I can respect it.
Because he knows. He's been there for
fucking
it.
And so like there's parts of me that I get it, but it's like other parts of me are like, there has to come a time where I know too.
There is though, and that's what I was talking about. It's like all at the same time. Because while that person maybe he knows more by virtue of experience, that doesn't mean that you don't still have observative skill and that ability. And by basis of your different perspectives, based on how you grew up, is going to shape how you see things. And sometimes you're going to see some shit that he just didn't see for whatever reason.
Well,
and that doesn't mean that it's superseding his expertise, but it is something that he may not have seen.
We were going over this all on text, and I text like a girl. I text like paragraphs. I
see me in the messenger.
Me and you get along on text. I'm a power texter.
If
I one word you, you know, you know. So he said that, and I'm like, haha, all right, man. Like, yep, okay, cool. Let's not talk about that anymore before I get pissed off.
Yeah,
So then he sent me a text saying basically the exact same thing you just said. Like, I didn't mean it like that. There's going to be things you see that I should pay attention to. And there's going to be things that I see that you should pay attention to. And that's how it should work. And part of me, like, I respect that. But part of me is like, don't backtrack now. Don't backtrack now.
Well, he's gonna still do it though,
like,
because that's a part of you.
Yeah, own it. If you own it, that's all I'm saying.
But he had to clear it up.
And like we've come to a point now to where it's like, as far as running a business, I am far more experienced. Mm-hmm. Mixing drinks, knowing how to make a bar work, he's far more experienced. You know, we're both good cooks. I'm a better cook. Just is what it is. I mean, he'd admit that. I'm a better cook. You know, I teach him shit all the time. And he teaches me every once in a while. But we had to come to a point where it's like, that's fine. Like, you can run the bar. You can run the restaurant. You better fucking make it work.
Yeah.
If it's your thing and you're the expert and you're not going to let me have a say other than just a ceremonial vote and say, it better fucking work.
It better work.
It better fucking work.
It better work.
That's where you get to that part about we're not going to make no money for 2 years. That's not what I'm looking to hear from my guy that I'm letting run the show.
Exactly. I need
that's
some
not
information.
The confidence I'm looking to hear
on how we're going to make it. If that fails, that's one thing.
Yeah.
But we need to go in
but
knowing
if it fails and it's all your ideas,
that was what you asked for.
That's what you wanted.
That's what you asked for, right?
But, like, some of that shit's a little unforgivable to me.
I can see it.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, I could forgive him robbing my house in a drug binge, which he ain't that guy.
Yeah.
But I could forgive that faster than being bullheaded and losing us our life savings.
Yeah.
I could forgive him faster for stealing my debit card and stealing all the money.
Yeah.
Than I could for taking it and losing it.
And
on
not
his
consulting
ideas. And not letting
everyone. Consulting everyone. Okay,
right?
This is both our money. Yeah. Let's do this, but I'm going to say it.
Like,
I'm going to do it. Only me.
And that's the thing. Like, you have to get comfortable with the fact that, like, okay, I get it. Yeah. He's probably always going to be better at that end than me, and that's fine.
Mm-hmm. But I'm still.
But goddamn it, if you're gonna be Kareem, you better be Kareem out there. You better skyhook that motherfucker.
You better put it down, dog. I need a triple double.
You better lay it down.
I need
That's
something.
What I'm saying.
I need 1,000 yards.
Or I'm a Charles Barkley elbow you the fuck out of the way and make the money myself. That's for goddamn sure.
That's what it's gonna be.
Goddamn sure. And that's the thing. That's actually honestly, I think that's what honestly will make it work.
Yeah.
Because he has undying confidence in his ability to do it himself, and I have undying confidence in myself to be able to do anything I need to do.
Yeah.
So I'll let him have the first swing. He can beat the starting pitcher. That's fine. But Mariano is going to come in here in the ninth and make sure shit gets shut down.
Basically.
And I'm fine with that. Like, if you want to do the lion's share of the work and you want to put it on yours, and when we cook meals together, you want to call it your restaurant and your bar, and I'm fine with that.
To an extent.
I'm okay with that, and that's fine. If you want to take ownership of it, own it. Go be George Washington. But don't think I'm not going to be Thomas motherfucking Jefferson sitting back in Monticello, judging and watching and waiting for you to slip. Waiting for you to fuck up. I'm not waiting for you to fuck up, and I'm not hoping you fuck up, and I'm not prepared for you to fuck up.
But I'm ready.
But I am ready. I'm ready. I'm warming up. And that's fine. And that's honestly, I think, what makes it beautiful in a certain sense. It's you got one end that is run through a brick wall, and you got the other end that's like, I'll pay some people to drive through the brick wall. It's fine. We'll get it done either way.
One of the ways.
You know,
going down.
I know how to hustle and make money. He knows how to run a bar. We'll make it one way or the other. It's fine.
Yeah,
it's gonna be good. It's just like building a team, though. It's just like LeBron deciding he needs new guys.
Man, I just
Sometimes
need 14 new niggas to run with.
It's the same thing.
That was the
LeBron gave it a shot. Yeah. He let them do their thing, and he said, "Okay, this is what we're gonna do now.
You guys,
this
all
is what
y'all
we're gonna do now.
Here. We gotta do this.
It's fine.
I just need the ball. I don't even need to think about having some other guys run the ball. It's just y'all don't know what to do with it.
Yeah,
y'all want to make no shots. Y'all want to hustle. I'm gonna take the ball. Let me get some young guys who want to run. Some young, hungry motherfuckers. Because that's what they need. That's what Kyrie was.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying Kyrie and Rodney Hood or any of these guys are in the same breath, but I'm saying Kyrie...
Same style.
...is young. He has a certain hunger, a certain go-get-em about himself. Whereas, like, these other guys... Not saying they don't have that hunger, but they are proven players in the NBA. JR's in his 15th. I can't bring up Jerry's on the team still. Let's say like all these other guys though, they've been in the league. They've been people, so they just have expectations and certain. Yeah, Shaq is a cold piece.
Shaq's a fool for those glasses.
This is the best sportscasting, like broadcasting team that there is on sports.
I would wholeheartedly agree with that.
Like,
I don't think it's even close.
No one.
I don't even think it's close. Although I will say, I don't know who the lead guy is for the Fox baseball stuff, but when it was random host, Frank Thomas, A-Rod, Pete Rose.
Yeah, that was pretty
Have
good.
You ever seen that video where A-Rod and Pete Rose basically just sit there and talk about hitting for 10 minutes? It's like watching... It's like watching Michelangelo and Leonardo
Bonds up
paint.
In the booth. I'm telling you. I bet you Barry Bonds and A-Rod in the booth.
A-Rod's in the booth every Sunday.
I know
now.
A-Rod's always in. He's getting paid for it now too. But watch.
Like, I bet Bonds in the booth would be entertaining.
I think it would be.
I used to love it when they would bring in Lou for the World Series.
Man, you put him in the booth and the people start to hear Barry Bonds as a person, and beyond the mythical steroid
It's why he
figure.
took the hitting coach job in Miami.
That's why he did it.
Yeah,
I'm saying if he did some shit like that, and people he would be in the Hall of Fame the next time, this next year. I feel like him and Clemens are gonna get there.
Him and Clemens are gonna get in. They should be in. They should have been a long time ago.
Yeah, they should be first ballot.
But for me, if you're gonna put in Clemens and you're gonna put in Bonds,
McGuire needs to be in there. Sosa needs to be in
Rose
there.
Rose has to go in first.
Rose is first.
Has to go in. Pete Rose has to be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, because that's
he
bullshit.
Gambled. He didn't hit his wife. That we know of. He didn't kill anybody. Yeah. He didn't take drugs. He didn't give himself an unfair playing advantage. He didn't gamble outside his means.
And then everybody saw him play. It's not like he played in the 1800s.
No, it's not like Shoeless Joe where none of his family's alive anymore and nobody gives a shit. We get to go see Pete Rose signing fucking baseballs at Caesar's Palace for $100 a piece.
It's on television, on tape.
It's just not
It's proven
right.
he is
it's
the hit
not
king.
right. He is so disrespected. The fact that he's in the Hall of Fame takes... Excuse me. The fact that he's not in the Hall of Fame, and we have to discuss that, takes away from us discussing him as a ball player.
It takes away
when you bring up Pete Rose, nobody brings up the hit king. Nobody brings up how great of a fucking baseball player he was.
No.
It goes to, should he be in the Hall of Fame? We don't even discuss his career.
we
We
don't
discuss
know.
how he fucked up. We don't even discuss why he should be a Hall of Famer most of the time.
You don't even know his
We
hit
discuss
number.
why he's not a Hall of Famer. Why
Yeah.
he can't be one. So we don't get
hard.
to... That's
It's
fucked
T.O.
up. And he gambled.
Until this year, that's what
The fact
T.O.
that
was
T.O. wasn't a first ballot Hall of
It's
Famer
crazy.
is absolutely ridiculous.
It's
The
crazy.
second best wide receiver ever.
Led
in the
5
history of the
different teams
game,
in receiving.
To me. And to me, he is the second best receiver
all
period.
time.
All time
Easy to
behind
me.
Jerry Rice.
Well, not easy because it's Moss, but then it is easy because it's because T.O. was such a my god.
T.O. was so consistent for so long. T.O.
He got hurt one year, and
Randy
then when
Moss
he came
was
back,
3 balls a game for 89 yards and a touchdown.
yeah,
Or 3 balls for 154 and 2 touchdowns if you
Yeah.
got lucky. T.O. was 9 catches for
Yeah.
154 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
T.O. was 7 catches for
T.O.
170
had
yards and 2
20
touchdowns.
in a game.
Yeah. He was
He has
he
the
was
record,
the
I believe.
greatest possession receiver of all time other than Jerry Rice.
And he was 6'4", 225, 235,
I mean,
stiff arming linebackers. Like he
Had
was
been
the.
made plays for 15
I don't
years.
know. Did I send you that? I think it was a couple weeks ago. There was like a little gift that they showed of T.O. and it was somebody hitting him. Like it was a.
Oh yeah, and he just got
he
fucking
just- he
blindsided
got
and popped up like
blasted.
fucking
and
Jason.
he just got up. It was no problem.
Yeah, and just spun the
It
ball
was
and
no
fucking
problem.
like no
Any
big
other receiver,
thing.
it was like how
Yeah.
Brandon Cooks got hit.
Yeah.
It was
yeah.
just like
I think
that.
it was harder.
It was harder.
I think it
than
was
that.
harder.
And T.O. just got up.
Popped
Brandon
up.
Cooks is done. He was done. There was no chance. We knew as soon as he was curled up like that and he didn't get immediately up, oh, his game's over. T.O. just got up from that hit and probably put 100 on that
The utter disrespect.
It's crazy.
It's just utter disrespect.
Fuck your opinion. Like if we're gonna just talk about Hall of Fame, anything it should be solely on the numbers. It should be solely on the game. I don't care about the writer's relationship with said player and what they think the impact on the fans. Yeah, okay, that can be used as a booster for a player, but it certainly cannot be used as something that you can keep someone out for. Because it's almost saying that what they did on the field didn't matter. You're saying that would the Eagles have even made that Super Bowl or been in a position without
with
T.O.?
Freddie Mitchell?
Was Tony Romo shit before T.O. was there?
No.
Did T.O. not go to fucking Cincinnati and revitalize Carson Palmer's last year there? Because he put up
And
1,000.
then went to Buffalo and put up 1,000?
Put up another 1,000.
I think he did it twice in Buffalo with 1,000
It's
yards.
crazy what he did. I think it was twice in Cincinnati and once in Buffalo.
That's right. What does T.O. even go in the Hall of Fame as?
A Dallas Cowboy.
You think so?
Yes, because he did all that crazy shit. Or no, wait. That's crazy. I think he actually played the longest for San Francisco.
I think so. I think his best years were in Philly.
Philly. That's
what
what I think.
at the height of his powers.
I think he should go in as Philly.
At the height of his
Dallas
powers, it was when
has
he
their
was when
Hall
he
of
was in Philly.
Famers, and so does San Francisco.
Yeah.
But Philly, I mean, I think he's that guy, but he was only like, I don't know.
Does the NFL let you choose?
No, you just go in as a player.
I guess that's true.
In baseball, it's the only one you really choose, I think.
Where you wear a cap.
You wear a cap, yeah. But
That's
you just
true.
go in as a player for the football league, which is easier.
Well, yeah, but like John Randall's a Hall of Famer, and the Seahawks don't claim him. You know what I mean? Like, I think you go in as something.
Yeah, but I mean, They don't claim, but I mean,
Jerry Rice played for the Seahawks. We don't claim him as a Hall of Famer. When we do our Hall of Fame luncheon and we do our every year, we welcome in the new Hall of Famers.
But see, those are just obvious things. I feel like because when you're a Hall of Famer, everybody knows. Certain teams got those rights.
I think they consider where you spent the majority of your career.
Where you had the peak of your powers, I would think.
That's what it means.
Yeah, majority peak. Yes.
God, look at Chuck just enjoying the fuck out of that Krispy Kreme.
In my heart, I guess T.O. I think his best years were
me,
Philly.
Like when I think of T.O., I think of him as an Eagle.
When I think of T.O., I think of him as a Cowboy. I don't know why. Yeah. I just see the.
And he only spent like a year and a half, 2 years in Philly. I just think of him
as an Eagle. But I also think of him as running out to that fucking star.
I think of that performance.
Yeah, the Super Bowl.
I mean, when you think of the 3 career highlights for T.O., San Francisco catching that ball from Steve Young and crying.
Yep.
The performance in the Super Bowl coming off the broken fucking leg.
Yeah.
And get your popcorn ready.
Those are the only
3 things that anybody even remembers.
No, the Sharpie game.
And the Sharpie game.
I was at
and that was in San Francisco.
Game. No, that was it wasn't San Francisco.
With the 49ers.
He's had a moment with every team.
Yeah.
That was with San Francisco. He had the Eagles crying with he cried with the Cowboys with Tony Romo.
Oh, that's my quarterback.
That's my quarterback.
My teammate.
He did cry with the 49ers too.
Man.
And then the popcorn ready was the Bengals. Because I was with him sitting next to Chad Ochocinco, and that was their 1 year together, and he was like, "Get your popcorn ready."
No,
that was
popcorn ready was with the Cowboys. I think.
No, look at I remember specifically that was the offseason. He went to Cincinnati. Hushmanzada had went to us.
Okay, no, you're right.
He went to Cincinnati, and it was him and Chad in the interview.
We should have signed
Just
T.O.
Get your popcorn ready.
We should have signed T.O. instead of Hoosh. We probably would have made the playoffs that year.
Man. What was that year? I think that was the Tavares year.
That was the
that was the Hurt Hasselbeck year. So that was the year that we had Seneca and 09, I want to say, or 11.
Hoosh was the last year. Hoosh was Mora's year. Hoosh only played 1 year here.
Yeah, he was Mora's year because Pete cut him.
And Pete cut him, and that sent a message. Pete cut Lendale.
Yeah.
And that's
his guy. We thought Lindell was our guy because
we thought that was going to be our starting running back.
Yeah,
we thought, fuck, we got a guy now.
Because Lindell was dope.
No more Julius Jones. No more XYZ. You know,
Maurice Morris.
Mo Morris.
I liked Mo
because
Morris.
he actually had a nice little career.
Yeah,
I think he almost rushed for 1,000 yards in Detroit 1 year too. He had a nice little career.
He just couldn't. It wasn't. It just didn't work.
No,
but
he wasn't that guy.
I liked.
That's why when everybody says anybody could have ran behind that 2005 Seahawks line, I was like, well, no, because I watched Mo Morris try.
It was Sean Alexander had to run through that line because they knew him.
Yeah.
Just like I bet you no one else could run behind that 2013 line like Marshawn did. No. Because that line wasn't constructed for nothing more than what he did.
And he made them confident.
Yeah, that's what it was. Like, because they knew he was going to fight.
Yeah.
So they were just going to fight.
And they knew with Sean... Open an inch of daylight.
Yeah, we just gotta work for 3 seconds.
Inch of daylight.
And he's gone.
If you get it to where he's only got to beat one man, he'll hit him with the left, and then go right
with
up the
Marshawn,
field.
It was almost like we don't even have to block the man in front of us. It's about staying with him and keeping a path possible.
Yeah,
that's it. Like it's just height, get him the ball, and let's go. We're all going.
Sean Alexander's a Hall of Famer,
and so is Marshawn Lynch.
The fact that Sean Alexander isn't even considered, we don't even talk about him for the Hall of Fame. How many running backs have 100? How many running backs have 100 touchdowns?
How many players? Period. There's only like 10.
He's in your top 20 all time in running and rushing yards. He might even.
I think he's in the top
15.
He
was in the top 10 when he retired.
He's up there. Sean Alexander had.
Sean Alexander is the most disrespected running back of all time, maybe other than Earl Campbell, because his career was so short.
Earl Campbell was Marshawn Lynch before Marshawn Lynch, and
Earl Campbell was Marshawn, but like 5 inches taller.
Yeah, he was 6'5", 240.
Yeah.
Trucking cats.
Yeah, he was like fucking Bruce Irvin running down the field.
My dad used to say shit about. He was like Earl Campbell. That was the guy. That's the one that you like. He was the